At 21, I was broke, exhausted, and clinging to dreams way bigger than my paycheck. I worked at a small consultancy firm, not the glamorous, big player kind either. More like the kind where you're forgotten 5 minutes after you leave the room. Every dollar I earned just barely kept the lights on. And if I ever wanted to study abroad like I dreamed, I needed another source of cash. Fast. That's when OnlyFans exploded. If you don't know, it's a site where people, mostly women, sell pictures and videos to subscribers. A lot of it is adult content. Controversial? Sure. Profitable? Even more so. I wasn't some internet celebrity or anything, but I figured, why not? No one at work would know. It was just a side hustle to build my travel fund. So, one night, in my tiny, dimly lit apartment, I set up an account, recorded a quick intro video, and uploaded a few tasteful but suggestive photos. I cast my net and waited, nervously refreshing the page every few hours. Weeks passed, and I snagged a handful of followers, each paying $10 a month. Some even tipped for exclusive content. I promised myself every cent would go into my escape fund. No distractions, no second thoughts. Meanwhile, life moved on. One afternoon, I attended a tedious business conference, working the room with my coworkers, handing out business cards to dozens of strangers who all blurred together navy suits, stiff smiles, empty handshakes. That evening, exhausted, I collapsed into bed, but habit pulled me into checking my OnlyFans first. New subscriber. Username: John Smith, as generic as they come. Almost immediately, a message popped up. $10 a month? Netflix doesn't even charge that. Worth it. You're gorgeous. Flattering, but typical. We chatted lightly. He asked harmless questions. Did I have a dog? No. Was I seeing anyone? No. Did I live alone? Pretty much. You really are beautiful, he wrote. Bet you get down more than a blow-up doll, right? Ugh. Gross. I brushed it off with a joke. He offered $5 for a pouty selfie. Easy money. I dabbed on a little makeup, snapped the pic, and locked it behind a paywall. He unlocked it instantly. Another tip. Another request. A picture of my feet. Weird, but not unusual. 5 more bucks. Then came the next message. Add me on Instagram? I'll pay you 10. Easy. My Insta was ancient and mostly abandoned. I took his $10 and added him. His profile was empty, no posts, no followers, but his story was active. Curious, I clicked it. My blood froze. The first story, a shaky video taken from the woods, facing my house, 2 hours old. The second story, a closer shot, from across the street. My bedroom window, the only one with a light on. Uploaded 5 minutes ago. The third story, filmed from my porch, right outside the window looking straight into my living room. 2 minutes ago. Right now. A new DM appeared. Let me in. I bolted my bedroom door and called 911, my hands trembling. Below me, the front door handle rattled, then jerked violently. I screamed out the window, but my neighborhood was the kind of place where people minded their own business even when they shouldn't. The rattling turned to banging, then slamming, then silence. For a moment, I thought he was gone. Then came the tapping, along the windows, and then the sound of glass shattering. He was inside. I barely had time to wedge a chair under my bedroom door before I heard footsteps thundering through the house. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing closer. The banging stopped. When the police arrived, the man was long gone. They searched, found nothing but a broken window and a chilling message still sitting in my inbox. Pleasure doing business with you. I pieced it together the next day. At the conference, I'd handed out my business card, the one with my personal address printed on it. I must have met him there, shaking hands with the man who would later smash my window and call me beautiful while filming from my porch. No prints, no trail. The Instagram account was a burner. I quit OnlyFans that night, moved back in with my parents, tried to scrub away the fear. But every time I go into work now, every handshake, every polite smile, I wonder, is it him? After the break-in, life changed for me in ways I wasn't ready for. I couldn't sleep through the night without jolting awake at every little noise. I'd moved in with my sister, but even with her and her 2 dogs in the house, I never really felt safe. Anytime I walked through town, I found myself checking over my shoulder, scanning crowds, feeling like at any second I'd spot that green shirt again. I hated that he had taken that sense of security from me. But more than that, I hated that I didn't even know his name. The police had told me they were doing what they could. They said they were following some leads, tracing IP addresses, checking local store CCTV footage, but honestly, it all felt like they were just trying to pacify me. Every day that passed without any news felt like another reminder that this guy was still out there somewhere, and that he still had my stolen laptop, filled with personal, private photos. For a while, I couldn't even bring myself to touch my phone. Just the buzz of a notification made my heart jump into my throat. Even after changing my number, deleting all my social media accounts, and locking down every bit of personal information online, the feeling that he could find me again never really left. A month after moving, things seemed quieter. No weird messages, no strange shadows outside the windows. For the first time, I almost let myself believe it was over. Then, one night, I got a letter. Not an email, not a DM, a real letter, slid under the front door. No envelope. Just a single piece of paper with one sentence written in neat, blocky handwriting. Miss me? There was no signature, no return address, just those 2 chilling words. I didn't even think. I ran to my sister's room and woke her up, shaking. She called the police immediately. This time, they took things more seriously. They installed surveillance cameras around the property. They started patrolling the neighborhood more often. Still, they warned me. Without a clear threat, there wasn't much more they could do. The only option left was to completely disappear. I changed my name legally. New ID, new social media accounts under fake aliases, even a new job in a new city, hours away. I even cut and dyed my hair, hoping to become someone he wouldn't recognize if he ever saw me again. It's been about a year now. No new letters, no strange sightings, no green shirts. I like to think maybe he finally gave up. Maybe he moved on. But sometimes, when I'm walking alone, when I hear footsteps behind me, or when I catch a glimpse of someone lingering a little too long in the corner of my eye, I can't help but wonder, is he still out there? Is he still watching? Waiting for the right moment to find me again? I don't know if I'll ever truly feel safe again. But I do know one thing. I'll never take my privacy for granted again. And I'll never ever ignore that feeling in my gut when something just doesn't feel right. A few months ago, I finally let myself start dating again. It wasn't easy letting someone new into my world after everything that happened. But he was patient, kind, careful. Exactly what I needed. His name was Ryan. We met at a coffee shop, one of those accidental movie scene kinds of meetings where you bump into each other and laugh awkwardly. It felt real. Over time, I started to believe maybe this was it. Maybe I could actually have a normal life again. He never pressured me to talk about my past, but eventually, I told him everything. About the break-in, the stalking, the letter, all of it. He listened quietly, holding my hand the whole time, promising me that I was safe now. Weeks turned into months. We moved in together, started planning a future. I really, truly believed I had finally escaped the nightmare. Until last night. I was unpacking boxes in the closet when I found an old shoebox tucked way in the back, one I didn't recognize. Curious, I opened it. Inside were photographs. Tons of them. All of me. Photos I didn't even know had been taken me at the grocery store. Me leaving work. Me sitting in my old apartment's window. Chilling, grainy shots, like the kind a stalker would take from a distance. At the very bottom of the box, there was a folded-up green t-shirt and a note. Found you. I dropped the box and stumbled back, heart hammering. Behind me, Ryan's voice floated down the hallway. Everything okay, babe? His tone was casual, light. But when I turned to look at him, really, look at him, I realized something I had missed all along. His smile didn't reach his eyes. If that ending gave you chills, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next story. Got your own creepy experience? Drop it in the comments. I might just feature it in an upcoming video.